This card has the shaving cream for the background, so we're going to play with some shaving cream. And I always use the thick kind. Like, I know there's a gel. I've never tried that. I mean, I know that eventually foams up, but just start off with this. It's cheap. I mean, like $1 something a can. So you'll need a paper plate. And I put a good amount on there. And you're going to need a knife. Now, this is one of the palette knives from Stampin' Up, but you could use anything you wanted, I guess. Just realize that it's probably going to stain whatever you use, like a plastic knife that you could just throw away, or you don't care if it's stained. Just know that it's going to stain. This card I did in green for that type of cancer, but this time I want to make a pink one. I have so many friends who have breast cancer, so or who are survivors who are celebrating those milestones. So I'm just using the Melon Mambo ink refill, and I'm just swirling this in to the shaving cream. And the more I swirl, the pinker it will be. I kind of like seeing some of the darker pink and the lighter pink. Okay. You need a piece of glossy cardstock, and this is cut 5 inches by 3 3/4. I'm going to put it glossy side down into the shaving cream. Just really squishing it out, making sure I got all the corners in the cream. Make sure you have paper towels near you. So then you're going to pick this up, and that's what it looks like. And then you need to scrape off the shaving cream. And the glossy cardstock is thick, but it's still showing signs of the dampness from the shaving cream. So you really don't get the same results with other cardstock. I've used Whisper White before, but it's just not the same. Okay. Ooh, it smells good. So now I'm going to take my paper towel, and I'm wiping off the shaving cream residue. You know, it makes you wonder, who came up with this idea? Years ago. We've done this for years. So we kind of stopped doing it when Stampin' Up! Quit selling the glossy cardstock. All right, so since I'm making this card with Melon Mambo, I'm actually going to let that dry for a few minutes. I've already stamped my ribbon, and I did 2-step stamping. You could either cut out the solid ribbon with just cardstock and then stamp on a piece of vellum with just the pretty detailed one, the flower one. And then I mounted it on Whisper White and then on Melon Mambo. I have my ribbon ready, and I have my Whisper White thick card base ready. So, yeah, still a little bit damp. I don't want it to be too damp before I put it on the card base or the mat, because it will pop off. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I'm using the Pretty Label punch. I love that punch. Okay, now it feels much drier. I changed my mind. I want to use Fast Fuse because see how it's curled? I want to make sure it doesn't curl when I put the card together. So Fast Fuse just really is a good strong adhesive for things like this. I just want to give a little check mark. I'm using my silicone mat underneath to protect my work surface. There, nice and flat. I have 2 pieces of ribbon and I want to place those over, and I'm still going to use my Fast Fuse because ribbon is kind of bulky. I'm going to make sure it doesn't come off. Of course, I've got to get it in the right spot. There we go. If you don't do that check mark with the Fast Fuse, it doesn't want to start again. So if you struggle with that, that's the reason. And then I'm going to do another piece right beside it. There we go. I love the Fast Fuse, and it just costs the same amount of money as the snail refills. If you think that it costs more, it doesn't. You get more, so you are paying for it. You're paying a higher rate, but per square inch, you get more. Put this on with this. Grab some dimensionals. I'm also going to put dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. Do I want it there or do I want it there? Decisions, decisions. I kind of like it at an angle. That's where it's going. Okay, so no matter what cause you have to stamp a card, you can change the colors and make it for that person that you're sending the card to. Hope you enjoyed the shaving cream technique.